Hello friends. Welcome to Minds of Aspirant. So in this video, we'll talk about very simple, plain, and the ways in which I feel that a student has to approach civil services in order to clear in the first attempt. Whether it is possible or not, that is a question. We'll keep it for the later stages. But what steps you have to take, the do's and don'ts, is what we will talk in this video. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that, see, recently you would have seen the flood scenario. They created an aura, of fear into all the public that flood is going to come. See, it's obviously a northeast monsoon time. Flood is definitely going to come, or not flood, rain is going to come. This has been the point of northeast monsoon for a very long time. But look at the way they projected it, every day, projecting it, saying that, see, this is what is going to happen. These are the things which are going to happen. Chennai is going to drown. If you have seen the thumbnails, all of them was kind of fear mongering, sensationalizing. Why I have that is that the first point that you have to do to clear UPSC in your first attempt is to stop looking at all these sensationalizing videos of UPSC. All these things. I saw that recently people have come up with this, like, you don't have to read this book completely. Read only some 10 pages, 15 pages, or something like that. See, what context they are giving in terms of not reading that book and reading only the material, I do not know. But here, what works is reading a book. So these kinds of fear mongering videos, I think you should not see. If you have to clear first time, you should not see. Second, see, I myself have put some videos on newspaper and articles. But everyday newspaper article, every day somebody teaching the entire newspaper. Some, today these things came, some 15 things came. I do not know how useful that is for clearing this exam. Maybe it is useful for you to know those topics. I agree. But if you see, for clearing this exam, one is you have to study. You have to make your hands dirty. You have to sit down and go for that. Second is that none of the things need to be carried as notes for posterity. You don't have to note down anything. So what is the meaning of reading a newspaper is that this is the building block for your mains. This is the building block for your understanding in prelims. You don't have to remember anything in order for you to, clear prelims or mains. You just have to understand. This is a topic which has come today. This has been asked in previous year question. So this is relevant to things. The point is that if you keep on looking at videos, you are just ingesting information by somebody, it's kind of a rote learning. You don't understand anything, you don't mean anything. Then the point will come is that you will come near prelims and mains, you will obviously want the same thing for other questions as well. So two things. First thing is that please stop looking at all these fear mongering videos. One example, this is the example I wanted to give. For example, I do not know whether you remember this. Near the time of March, this year's March, do you remember that there was a video or three videos where they are going to remove option? In groups, this was forwarded. In March, we were talking, I was astonished to see that in May or June, you are having prelims. Why do somebody have to make option is going to be removed video in the month of March or in April? There are videos, you can go check it. Why does somebody have to make that? Have they removed the option? So now, today we are in September, have they removed the option? The point is that rain is going to come. This is northeast monsoon. Rain is going to come. If they are going to remove the option, definitely they will remove it one day. They will announce it. If they are going to remove, okay, well and good. You remove it. It's okay. Why do you have to have a video which wants the students in the month of April, when the preliminary examination is June. 2-3 months are there. This is actually the thing which is, I feel, is wrong with, this will be attracted by people who are writing for the first time. 4th, 5th time, they will understand, okay, so my ideas only, they will do their work. But the point that the first attempt or the second attempt will do is that they will be worried. Oh, we should read, then we should read, they will go ask, sir, should I read option? Should I read this? Unnecessarily creating, see, you are having a path. Unnecessarily doubts will, keep on adding on. This fear mongering. The second is this newspaper reading. Newspaper reading, you have to read. There is no newspaper analysis, everyday analysis. Please read the newspaper, understand it as much as you are able to understand. ஒரு படத்துல கவுண்ட் பண்ணி சொல்லுவான், இந்த எவ்வளோ இந்த மெஷின்ல கத்துக்கிட்டீங்க, இந்த வேலை செய்ய தெரியாத அளவுக்கு நான் கத்துக்கிட்டேன். Your age, see, you should understand what you understand in your age. That is the key factor for this preparation. It does not necessarily, see, any point is that, let us assume I make a newspaper analysis. I have been studying this examination since the time of 2009. காந்தி காலத்துல இருந்து படிக்கிறேன். காந்தி காலத்துல இருந்து அரியர் எழுதுறவனுக்கு I will know some facts which you might not know. You are the first attempt. Why do you have to have that information? Is it going to make any difference in the examination? No. It's never going to make any difference. This information, if I know it's going to clear me IAS, there is nothing like that in that. In the examination hall, mains, when you come, you will understand. So this fear mongering and this reading newspaper, conclusion is that you have to read newspaper. Please stop watching that. Third, I feel, is that, choose an option. Again, the fear mongering was about optional, but optional till it is there, it is the deciding factor. Okay, till it is there. If it is removed, okay. Choose an optional which is actually suitable to you. All the optional are scoring optional, which suggests that they will not give marks. See, I teach anthropology. So anthropology only, for example, I can make a list and say that, see, top 10, how many anthropology, but that is not the truth. There are 1,000 people in that. Every option is scoring. Every option gets the score. But the logic is that how well you write, whether you are writing towards that option. Okay, so choose an option that you like and have a book, standard book, relate it with previous year question. You will be able to come closer to that. The fourth thing that I feel is that studying takes the maximum part. Class 30% only. If you spend your entire time, one example I'll give you. Okay, one example. I do not know whether, see, it's again the fear mongering. CSAT is essential. Okay, CSAT is essential. But the amount of time you spend on GS and optional should be greater than the amount of time you spend on CSAT. Is it making any logic? See, does it make any logic to go for CSAT classes for 6 months, 4 months, 5 months? I do not know. CSAT has 18 questions in quants. 18 or, okay, 25 questions. 25 in comprehension, 25 in reasoning. Comprehension and reasoning, you will be able to. This quants 25 question will be little tough. Use the previous year question, use your friends, maybe use some class which is there and practice it. But the amount of time for GS and optional should be greater than the amount of time you spend on CSAT. But you see how long students go for all these things, because this is the qualifying. This is the third. Fourth point which I feel is that, again, classes, I was talking about one of my friend. See, they cleared in their first attempt. They understood the fact that we have to read. We have to read. Going to the class, noting down each and every point, maybe is useful for direction. Okay, we have to study this, we have to read this. Okay, polity means these are the constitution articles. Geography means this is the book, this is the thing. Okay, these are the things, facts. Economics means these are the things. Other than that, how well you read. So this is what my friend did. He cleared in his first attempt. He's an IPS. He's in Kerala. Although I told we don't speak that much now. Friend enemies, I'd say. Okay, இப்போ ஒரு ஃப்ரெண்டா எனிமியா அந்த மாதிரி அஞ்சாதே படம் மாதிரி ஆயிடுச்சு. ஓகேவா? But the point that I want, but what I saw in him was he cleared in his first attempt. So as soon as the time came in December for the batch that we were in, he stopped the classes. He started reading. He started spending so much of time in reading. Not reading, mugging up every line. Okay, he cleared in his first attempt. Meaning is that class is important, but how you read is very important, right? The last point that I want to say is that those classes were one class in a day, 5 class per week, 2-hour class. Okay, that class itself, he felt that, or we felt that, it's taking too much of time. But I see students spending the entire day, 3 classes, CSAT class, option class, 7 days a week, 6 days a week, thinking that it's hard work, something that I have to do. But how well is it going to help you if you are not reading the portion which is necessary in the first place? You going and noting down everything, I accept. Okay, but when are you going to read? This question mark is there. When are you going to read the portion which is asked? Okay, last but not the least, books are the means through this exam. Books, newspaper, previous year question. What has happened is that now there are materials, innumerable materials for even polity. For even the basic thing that is there, polity, there is polity, many things are there. I don't want to say that. Why should a person read that book? You give me one reason. I read any book other than Lakshmikant for polity, any material, whichever material it may be. Why should a person read that when Lakshmikant has everything, which gives you the opportunity to clear this exam very well? Other subjects also, every book is in your hand. If you are going to go for different materials, it may seem like a very good thing outwardly. To collect things, feels good. But how are you going to finish all those things? If you think about it, optional also, everybody runs behind, some notes. This notes, that notes. For anthropology, I sincerely believe that Ember and Ember can clear, that one book can clear you this exam. That one book and your basic understanding with PNAth can clear you this exam. Give you service. But we run behind the notes. Run behind notes that somebody has collected somewhere. No, that's not going to help us. How well you have read that book, how well you are able to write the mains is going to clear you this exam. So these are the points that I wanted to give. I feel are very essential if somebody wants to clear preliminary examination and mains and interview in the first attempt. Spend your maximum time in you reading. Don't watch YouTube analysis of a newspaper, you read. Don't go for entire day classes, you read. Don't go into this habit of fear mongering videos. That person said this person, if they are going to remove option, they themselves will say. UPSC, in the UPSC site, they will give. Why do you have to go for any inside information? When they remove it, okay, removed, then okay, jolly, then you read something else. But when it is your job, do the job. Worry about things which are under your control. Removing an option is not in my control. Whether I can change that if they want to remove the option, or if they keep the option, whether I can change that. They say that this time option is there. Can I change that? None of the things are under my control. We keep worrying about that. Are we worrying about Article 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 31, 42, 53, 67, 81? Those are under our control. Those are the things you should concentrate. Concentrate on the newspaper, not in the analysis. The analysis key will keep on giving. Think about it. Why do somebody have to give an analysis like that if it makes any sense of a productive nature in the examination for free? Think about it. All the way.